You look at me like you want me to say something.
You're supposed to say something. I mean,
I'm always saying something. I mean, I just don't.
if the audience could see you the way you are right now, it would be crazy.
Yeah, because like stuff happens, and I'm laying down right now,
and we're handheld.
We're handheld right now. We're just holding the mics in our hands.
It's probably like
this will only happen once a millennia.
I mean, it's already happened once before.
Dang it, bro! You're not supposed to be outing me like that. You know what? Just cue the intro. Hello guys, it's T.L.B.P Brothers Podcast, also known as T.L.B.P. I'm Victor.
And I'm Adrian.
And we're back at it again with another not vlog.
Well, okay, so, I mean, yes, it's not a vlog because we don't do vlogs.
I mean, but we could be.
I mean, why would we?
I don't know.
Okay, also...
My life isn't that crazy. So.
Look, also, I think we should preface that we're recording this the day you're listening to it.
Yeah? So...
It's literally...
Christmas Eve. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
We're a little late for Hanukkah, but sure. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy New Year. No, I'm kidding.
No, I mean, you'll hear us one more time before the New Year.
Will we?
Yeah.
Will they?
Yeah, they will.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I'm putting a retraction on the Happy New Year, because, well, you know, New Year's.
Actually, they'll hear us New Year's Eve.
Okay, well, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm laying down right now.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think this was a mistake. Because I feel like I'm about to pass out.
Okay, well, look, I think that...
What do you think?
Okay, well, no, I wanted to say how this past week has been just us, like, relaxing.
Yeah.
But yet we've been so busy.
Yeah.
Because of the holidays. So, like, it's been, like, trying to sleep in, but, like, not trying to sleep in.
It's like I'm sleeping in, but only half sleeping in.
Yeah, like, I'm half awake past, like, 10 o'clock, you know?
No, I'm half awake at, like, starting from, like, 7. I'm half awake. I can hear everything going on in society.
I know, it's the worst.
I can tell what's going on. It's just
honestly
my
hard.
Body does not want to move. So
Look,
it doesn't.
So I think it's just interesting how we've been doing this. You know what I mean? Like, I like to think that...
I like to think a lot of things.
I'm just tired, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
I can't even think straight. What was I going to say? No. Okay, so we were going to talk about the Hawkeye finale.
We were,
but we haven't watched it yet because, you know, stuff
happens.
Stuff happens and, you know, like...
So don't spoil it. Don't at me.
I mean, we'll probably watch it later today.
Probably.
On Christmas Eve, that'll be what I'll watch.
Yeah.
Instead of a Christmas movie. Ironic.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? No, the other thing too is we've also been watching Wheel of Time.
Yeah, that's also something we've been watching.
Which also ended yesterday, which we were supposed to watch, but we didn't get to the finale. But we can talk about the actual show, which we haven't addressed on the podcast.
So the Wheel of Time,
you're right,
takes place in a fantasy world,
right,
filled with somewhat magic. And,
it's definitely magic.
And beastmen and small towns and villages and kingdoms and towers.
Great. So the preface of every...
So the Lord of the Rings... no, I'm kidding.
No,
honestly, there's... I'm enjoying the show.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely enjoying the show.
I mean, also, like,
but here's the thing.
Listen.
Here's the thing with this show.
Yeah.
It's basically Lord of the Rings.
Just more graphical.
It's Lord of the Rings.
It's the Lord of the Rings, but more graphical. Like, it's more bloody. There's a lot more.
Oh, yeah, it's more
like it's the Lord of the Rings if it was rated R.
Basically, I mean, like,
it's literally what it is.
I mean, the instead of like having a ring to rule them all, it's more like finding the person who rules all.
Right, because they were reborn.
Yeah,
I mean, we can't say who it is because that's like you don't find it out till like later, literally the second last episode.
I don't even actually know if...
Why would you say that? That's a spoiler.
I don't even...
They don't know anymore. I cut it out. They don't know anymore.
Like 16 her or something.
Oh no, this has been cut out. No, no, but honestly, there have been. I mean, and like the whole first season, like that's the mystery, like who the chosen one is.
The chosen.
Yeah, you know the chosen
dragon warrior.
I feel like all of these are like literally just like plays off of like, you know, like I wonder what's the first like you were chosen story.
Are you really asking me that question?
Yeah, I was hoping you'd have an answer.
Like the first one.
Yeah,
I don't know if they caught that or not. The first one, I feel like that would be a story from the Bible.
Really?
Chosen one. The Messiah.
I think it's Abraham.
Abraham. I mean, yeah, he was a chosen one.
I mean, he was the first. Oh, actually, no, Noah. Like Noah's Ark.
Noah,
that story.
Yeah, he was one of those.
But what if
guys.
that's not the first one though? I mean, some would say historically.
Historically,
some would say that's the one.
That's the one. But
like
with our carbon dating,
with our carbon dating
and our scrolls, because in our papyrus,
it's probably some Greek legend.
That's what I was gonna say. It's probably some like myth.
It could also it's probably legend. Like some. It could be an Egyptian legend, actually.
Yeah, it could be too.
Yeah, right. Like that could be what it is.
It's actually more likely to probably be Egyptian. Actually, now I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. Like Hercules, That's not Egyptian. That's Greek.
Yeah,
I'm making the distinction. I want you all to know. I know the difference.
I feel like he was about to really mess up there.
Yeah,
just saying.
I caught myself.
Yeah.
No, I think it's interesting how everyone has a story where like there's a chosen one.
Am I a chosen?
Like no.
Okay. I mean, like I feel like there's every main character is the chosen one.
Yeah.
See, I want a story about the side character. Like I just start the show with like the main character, and then just forget about him for like the rest. Just never focus on him, and then just focus on the side character.
That's your plan.
That's my plan.
But then the side character becomes the main character.
No, because he's not the chosen one. Every like 15 episodes will come back to the main character.
But even if they're not the chosen one, the show would be about him, so he would be the chosen.
You know what I want? I want a show about Samwise Gamgee.
That seems a bit intense.
Because it'd literally just be the side angle of every scene with Frodo in it.
Like, oh man.
It'd just be Lord of the Rings, but with a side angle view. Extended edition.
Extended. With director commentary and actor commentary?
No, not with actor commentary. Just with the side angles.
Just with the side
angles. And then
director commentary. It's literally just the whole movie in a different perspective.
That's literally all.
That's what the camera across.
You can see like the set. It's like so low budget. They couldn't afford a set for the other side of the set.
No, I just see like this like shoddy camera work.
You just see like Samwise Gamgee and like the mount, and then all of a sudden the camera slightly leans to the left, and you just see the director in his chair just like watching. That's really messed up, bro. Imagine that's how we filmed shit like imagine that's how we filmed like movies and stuff.
That'd be pretty funny.
Like in every angle physically possible, including the angle that doesn't have the set. Like, that's really something.
It's in like it's a 360 angle.
Yeah.
That
would be crazy, because like you'd have to rewatch stuff.
It would also be super immersive. Also the amount of Easter eggs you'd be able to hide in there.
Yeah.
Would be crazy.
Yeah. This is a good idea.
This seems like a lot of work, to be honest.
I mean, like, also, like, if you can get, like, since it's 3D, you could get, like, a VR headset. Just use, like, a mouse to, like, rotate your positioning of how you're watching a movie or film.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's designed for VR. But I think, I feel like that will happen at one point, though.
Or you'll just be sitting down.
Well, no.
Watch a movie like you're immersed.
Yeah, because, like, over the years, we start with a box.
Yeah.
And we just keep getting wider and wider and wider and wider and wider as the years go on.
Yeah.
Right, so like because we're trying to get more and more into like the whole view of like what your eyes see,
yeah,
and they're trying to fade out the peripheral vision too. So that's what VR has essentially done.
Yeah,
you have no more peripheral. It's been robbed from you.
Yeah,
but other than that, I think it'll be interesting if they do that.
I mean, I'm just waiting to be plugged in. That's honestly the ultimate. I just want to go full out SAO, be stuck for a few years.
What if no one knows what you're talking about?
Sword Art Online, an anime about a guy who gets stuck in a video game. And then the only way to get out of the video game is if you beat the video game.
You want to be stuck in a video game?
I don't want to be stuck in a video game.
That seems like
maybe for like a year. I feel like that's
like a year.
I feel like that's a good time. Just a good year.
Well, like imagine
it'll give a good rest to my body, like my actual body. My mind will be like exhausted, but like I feel like it'd be a good rest for my body.
Well, like imagine if like time moved faster in there.
Oh, don't do that to me.
So like you're in there for a year, but it's really like 3 years.
I mean that'd be rough.
That would be like. I mean, you would age way faster.
Your mind would age.
Yeah.
Your not that your mind would age like physically.
Yeah.
It's more like
experience would mature you.
Yeah, experience would mature you, so you'd be like in a youthful. So technically, okay, so let's say every 1 year was 3 years.
Yeah.
If I do 2 years, that's 6 years.
Yeah. And say you start at 15. No, 14. When you come out, you'd be like a 20-year-old.
Yeah, be a 20-year-old.
But realistically, you're only like 17.
Yeah,
That's not that bad.
that's not that bad. Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel that. I mean, like,
But imagine if
there's a very big difference between a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old.
Mhm.
Like you.
But imagine
But
if
you've
every-
seen it, right? Like,
Yeah.
also because you've lived this recently.
Yeah.
Like the difference between a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old.
Oh,
Like
night
the
and day.
thought process, night and day. Like
night and day.
different people, right?
Yeah.
Like even you as an individual, you feel like a different person. And if you don't feel like a different person once you turn 18,
It's because you matured way too early.
no,
Or you just haven't
or
matured.
you just haven't matured. In which case, you should check yourself.
for ticks.
No, just in life.
I'm like for ticks. Oh,
That's
man,
not the
that's
kind of.
rough.
That's not
That's
the
not
kind
the kind of checkup you want.
That's not the kind of podcast we're running here.
So you don't want a colonoscopy?
No, that's weird.
I can call the doctor right now.
That's messed up.
Okay.
No,
But imagine if every 1 year was 12 years.
that's intense.
That would be
No,
intense.
I think 10 would be the good year.
Okay, fine. 10.
A decade in. So if you're 18, you'd be 28, ready to have children.
Yeah, you'd be 28 when you come out.
Yeah,
Well, when you come out, you wouldn't be 28. You'd feel like you're 28,
but you're 14.
but you're 14.
No.
No.
You'd be 25.
You'd
You'd
be-
be 2015 because it's 1 year.
Yeah.
So you'd feel 28, but you're actually only 15.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now that's crazy. Imagine going in. No, imagine how fast education would be. Like the
Oh
amount of
my
time.
God, yeah.
The amount of time. Imagine you went. Okay, I'm going to school at like.
4.
No,
you do
no,
no.
imagine. Okay, so listen. Imagine you start going to school. So what time do you start kindergarten?
4.
Okay.
In Canada.
In
If you're in
Canada.
America, it's
Okay.
5.
Okay, you're 4. You do all of kindergarten when you're 4.
Kindergarten, for those who don't know, is like preschool.
Yeah, do all of kindergarten.
Yeah.
And that's like what? A year. So you condense like 2 years kindergarten into a year.
But if you did it the 10-year way,
Yeah.
by the time you turned 5, you would be ready to go into high school.
Yeah. Okay, so oh my gosh, imagine like a little kid. No, but you'd be aging in the system, right?
Yeah.
So in the system, in a year,
Yeah.
you'd be done. But when you come out, you'd have the mentality.
You'd still be a child.
You'd still be a child.
You'd be 5.
You'd
but
be 5, but you'd have a mind of someone who's ready for high school.
Yeah, you'd be like a 13-year-old.
You'd be a 13-year-old in the body.
No, ready to turn 14.
Yeah.
But you're 5.
That's not right. See, okay, so this is what I would do. Okay, instead of having that happen and occur,
Yeah.
due to mindsets and how the brain works, I wouldn't do this until like I would implement this feature until like you're in college.
Yeah.
So like let's say you want to go to college education
Yeah.
and it's 4 years.
Yeah.
Do 2 years plugged in and you're done.
I'd say a year.
Oh no, wait, because we said a decade, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then all you'd need is like 30 minutes.
Maybe less than that. Like honestly.
that's crazy.
Like wait,
imagine
let's
no,
find out.
imagine the workforce right now.
Yeah.
How it would be. Anybody would be like, okay, that's worth it because I still get to live my life.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait,
You'd get the full
Wait,
education.
let's do 60 divided by 10. Okay, because the math here is 60 divided by 10 is 6, right? But then if you divide that by what? 24, no, it'd be 60 divided by 52. That's how many, like, that would be a week. So 60 divided by 52, it would be 1.1. So a minute and 15 seconds would be 1 week.
Okay, but I'm not looking for a week.
I know, but if you divide that number by 24, it's 4 milliseconds would be a day.
Okay, but like again, I if I need to complete something, that's 3 years, right?
Yeah.
So you got times that.
So 0.004 times what?
Okay, so that's days, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd have to times that by
52. Which,
No.
Yeah, 52 times 52. No,
Yeah.
times 360.
Yeah, times 360.
Times 365.
That's a year. That's one single year.
Give me a sec. 365. So it's 1 minute and 46 seconds.
Okay, and then you times that by 3.
times 3. It's 4 minutes and 38 seconds.
Okay, so imagine you turn 18.
Yeah.
You plug yourself
For 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes.
Done.
And you're done your whole education.
That's-
you can live your life.
That's crazy.
And if you want to, you can spend another 4 minutes and become a doctor.
Yeah.
Well, 8 minutes.
I mean, yeah, because
A little more than that. A little more than that.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's crazy.
And you can do it in your youth.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's someone need to get on this. Yo, Elon, where's that Neuralink at, bro?
I know, right?
Get on with it. But that's if the brain. We don't know if the brain can actually perceive that though.
Yeah, we don't know if because the brain runs super fast.
Right, but it's like how dreams, right? People live entire days in dreams sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I've done that.
Right, but it's only been like 8 hours.
So we know technically
That the brain can accelerate.
We know the brain can accelerate and run at a faster speed.
Right.
Right. And our point of reference is 8 hours is a day.
Right.
Average.
I mean, some people live a couple of days in their dreams.
Yeah, I know.
Like our mother, actually, this is an interesting story. Our mother, she's told us once that she's up to 4 days before in a dream in like one single night. I was like, that's crazy. I just black out and wake up. How are you living 4 days?
I mean, you dream because everybody dreams, but you just forget it.
Right.
It's such. Oops! I just smacked you guys. It's such deep sleep that you forget.
My body doesn't know how to not be in that middle stage.
Yeah.
I just go straight to REM.
Yeah. No, rapid eye movement is you dreaming.
Right.
Yeah. So
anyway, but I think it's one of the things that but anyway, yeah, it would be cool.
Yeah.
It would be really cool to
we
see
just need to figure out how to get people into REM sleep in a digital world.
Right.
Because that's when you're in REM sleep is when your body is normally severed from moving itself, but still being able to move yourself in your head.
Right.
That's
the theory in SAO is like that the thing that they put, what's it called?
The Neuralink.
The Neuralink blocks the signal, like it cuts
to the
rest of the body. Like it cuts it off, right? Which is kind of a crazy thought.
You're just cutting off the electrical signal like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to test it,
you might paralyze a few people.
might paralyze a few people along the way, but the result, I tell you.
Well, no, you could probably test it on like a monkey or something like that.
Poor monkey.
I mean, I guess, but it's not like he wasn't gonna like. It was just for the betterment of society here.
Oh my god.
We're trying to progress. Oh, PETA's after me now.
Yeah. I mean,
no monkeys were harmed in the making of this podcast.
Yeah, no.
Also, because we're in Canada, and I don't think we have those.
I don't know. I don't think so.
We don't have monkeys.
Yeah. So that's a crazy thought. That's like a shower thought, honestly.
That's a good shower. Like that's how tired we are.
Imagine just being in the shower and then you just losing your mind, like you're just losing your over the fact, and you're just like sitting in the tub naked. Like that's just. Like, I feel like that's how it happened with some, like, geniuses.
What is it like?
Just like,
what is it like? Brandon Sanderson?
Mm-hmm.
He's a. I think I mentioned this before. He's a epic fantasy writer, and one of his book series that's like, I think it's like 5 books. He came up with like the entire plot in a 10-minute shower.
Yeah.
For like 5 books in a row. I'm like, that's crazy. In a 10-minute shower, this guy came with whole.
All you have to do is, like, honestly, if you want to write a book,
yeah,
all you got to do is be like, okay, 5 major events.
Yeah.
Right? And then you just got to write a bunch of bull.
Yeah.
Until you make it to that main event.
Right.
Right? And then you just write more bull to the next event.
Right.
Until the end.
Right.
That's literally all you're doing.
But I think it's interesting though that he's like very like methodical with character development. Like he is obsessive with character development. Yeah. Also, like his level of description of like the scenery around the character is also
makes you feel very immersed.
Yeah, it's super immersive. And I mean, like, what is it? Like, there's a audiographic or graphic.
I don't know what it's called.
Anyway, they've taken some of his books and made them into like audio movies, which is really cool. And it's all like you can follow along with the book, if you want. And it's like, and they add background music and like whenever there's like big battles, they'll like add the clashing of like swords and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, honestly, it's the kind of story where you close your eyes
and it's a movie.
And it's a movie. But the cool thing is that it can be different in everyone's mind.
Oh yeah, for sure. I actually listen to them while playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
When I'm working on like my base, you know.
Yeah.
Gotta get that done, you know.
I think I just muted myself and unmuted myself by accident. Sorry about that. Anyways, back to this whole Neuralink thing. I realized that so to our knowledge now we know we can do 4 days in 8 hours.
Right.
Okay. So if we were to do the math again. Right. So 8 is equivalent to 4, right?
Right.
So if we have 16, that'd be 8.
Right. I suppose.
I'm not gonna do these conversion factors right now. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
it's a lot of math, honestly. Also, like, you need a time calculator because it needs to be within the 60-minute mark of an hour. So, like, when you start, if you go too far into the divide, it doesn't work out mathematically. No,
I know,
because it's dividing it into like in the 10-base system.
In the 10-base system,
when it needs to be like a 6-base system.
Basically decimals, and the decimals would.
Did you know that? I didn't know this. Did you know that like the first English speakers used a 12-base system for math, not a 10-base system? 10 is actually a very Italian thing.
That's why the clock's 12.
Exactly. I didn't know this. I learned about this, I think, from a professor in school. I can't remember why. Oh, because we were talking about like bits or whatever, and like how most of them, like, you know, they go to 8 and then they go 12, you know, like when it comes to like numbers and stuff. And we're like, wait, why is it a 12? And he goes, like, it's mostly like you hear like 10, right? Mm-hmm. And he goes, well, when it goes to 12, it's like, because way back when English was first invented, and we go, well, when English was first invented, like, why do we need to know that? He's like, well, there was a group of people who used a 12-base system in their math. Yeah. So instead of counting in 10s, they counted in 12s. Yeah. We're like, okay, that's great. It's like, and that's why the clock has 12 hours. Yeah. And it hit us, and we're all like, wow, that's great. I mean, like, yeah. But it's like, it's something so subtle, like, you never think about it. Yeah. But at the same...
You never think, why is the clock 12?
Exactly.
Why isn't it running on a 24 thingy?
But it's literally because they were using a 12 number, the base of the number, which is really cool too. Yeah. And he was telling us how he knows somebody who studied ancient history, who he says that they would, in their like manuscripts and stuff, they would mark like right next to the numbers. Yeah. They would put like a little 12, like an exponent of 12, like below the number, to mark that it was in a 12-base system, or they'd put a 10 to mark that it was in a 10-base system. Oh. But he's like, but then the Italians jumped in, he's like, and they like, you know, the Romans essentially revolutionized the 10-base system. And also the Middle Easterns also were using the 10-base system. Mm-hmm. So it just became more widely adopted later
like on. Some of the ways people did math back then is like so mind-blowing. Like, it's absolutely mind-blowing, because like the way that they interpreted a problem solving was with the shapes. Like, they'd use algebra for everything. The thing was that they weren't using formulas for algebra.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we have developed formulas for certain things. They'd be like, okay, I have this cube. Okay, what happens if I take a quarter of this cube and then take a quarter of that cube and then I spread that out, and then I just to see like a weird shape missing like a quarter shape.
I don't know. Like think about like, I think about someone like Pythagoras, you know, how he like the kind of brain you gotta have to come up with this theory. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's also like the guy who invented pi. Let's be real. Yeah. Like, how do you come to these like, it's intense.
I mean, like, obviously they were passionate about what they did.
Clearly.
Because I could never.
I
definitely could never. If I ever come up with a theorem,
theorem?
It'll be, it'll borderline be a recipe on donuts. That's the kind of theorem I would be able to conjure up out of me. But
it's already been invented.
Exactly. So, like...
So it's a ripoff.
It would just be a ripoff.
A knockoff.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I'd have to do something hella significant.
He's using coconut flour.
Like, I'd have to like solve string theory. Like, that's how significant it'd have to be like, yeah, I was that smart, but nah, I'm not that smart.
I mean, string theory is just a theory.
Yeah. So I'd have to like...
I like how people try to prove theories though. Like, I mean, some of them have come out to be true, right? Mm-hmm. But like, I think like string theory though...
It's like, and the thing is, like, we only solve partial truths,
right? But no, but I mean,
test some.
I mean, like, okay, look, so Albert Einstein theorized that you could like, there's still waves from like the Big Bang essentially. Yes. And you could feel those, like they're like waves in the universe, and no one believed him. Some people even thought he was crazy for even suggesting this. And then the technology in like 2018 was able to detect it. Yeah. And everyone felt like an idiot. Everyone's like, this guy was so ahead of his time. Like,
I mean, like, I wish
a lot of these guys, like Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, like if these guys were around during our time,
they'd have so much fun.
And they had a friend like Elon Musk. They would do whatever they want. Yeah, like, it would be crazy, you know.
I mean, like, the amount of things they'd be able to accomplish. Yeah, like, because their minds were just so amazing.
They were like,
and like,
way
the crazy part is too, it's just like, especially with like Albert Einstein. Yeah. Like, if you look at his like past reports and like in his like like report cards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I find those really interesting to look at.
Yeah.
Because like you see his grades and stuff.
Right.
And then like you look at his algebra and like his algebra is weak.
Yeah.
You're like, dang, one of the smartest guys in the world doesn't like algebra.
Yeah, I know.
And
but
you're just like, and I'm here forcing myself to learn this stuff. and the craziest thing was Albert Einstein was a class skipper.
Yeah.
He'd skip class.
Yeah.
Because he'd be like, I'm not learning like the way I want to learn.
Yeah.
So he went out of his way, skipped class, got his best friend to take notes for him for the class.
Yeah.
So that he can do the exam.
Right.
And then he'd just go to the library and study whatever the hell he wanted. Like that is determination. That is receiving an education without receiving an education.
I think it's all about...
It's all about willpower at that point.
Yeah.
Like it's about wanting to.
Right. Also,
Because,
like he had this obsession with studying the universe.
Yeah.
Like he was quite literally, like some people say that's the crutch that smart people have.
Yeah.
They become obsessive with their work. Same thing happened to Nikola Tesla. Apparently he had discovered a way to harness the energy of the world itself.
Yeah.
Like he could harness he found a way to harness energy from the planet.
Yeah.
And he built this giant tower thing.
Yeah.
That they never let him test because they thought he would blow up the world.
Yeah.
This is a legit thing.
Yeah.
And he never tested it.
Yeah.
And now the thing
could have all been running on good energy. Right
and now the thing sits there and no one knows how to use it.
Yeah.
Apparently all his stuff got destroyed.
Like all his like work and stuff.
Yeah. So like we'll never know. But you know what's also crazy? Nikola Tesla described the cell phone way back when.
Yeah, I know. It's like I love seeing those depictions of like predictions of what like the world would be like today.
Oh yeah.
And they think of like things like flying cars.
Yeah.
Right? But they're not even like flying cars, it's like flying blimps.
Yeah.
And then like you look at other things and they're like they thought the streets would be filled with train tracks.
Right.
Right? And that'd be the main source of our transportation.
Because that was the level
cars.
of technology, right?
Right. So everybody would be like in a little minecart.
Yeah. But I think it's Minecraft. It's real. No, it's interesting to see that, right? But I think that when they were thinking about the future, they weren't thinking of it like this, you know. They were on a like some of these people,
like I mean they weren't thinking. Okay, so I'm sure no one ever truly thought like the way we'd be using the internet would be used.
Oh yeah,
like especially with like cryptocurrency.
Oh yeah,
and the stocks
for sure.
and everything.
No, yeah, that's
no one
changed the economy.
Yeah, I know. No one was thinking of this kind of future.
Yeah,
people were thinking, okay, practicalities, transportation, food, clothing. Right. That's the future that we were looking forward to.
Right.
And now what we're looking at as our future is like, so when are we going to set up on Mars?
Right. Yeah. Because like that is the next like logical evolution, right?
Yeah. And yet we can't reach the deepest parts of our oceans.
Or the logical next step, right?
Yeah.
But like I think one of the things that has been pitched before is we should start harnessing the energy of the sun.
Yeah.
Like mine the sun essentially.
Yeah. I mean, we are to an extent.
I mean, that's what solar farms are for.
I know.
And technically, the planet itself is a giant mining sun operation.
Yeah.
Because the plants basically mine the sunlight, and then every animal consumes it.
And then consumes
it. And then every animal essentially consumes it, and even we,
guys, and even to the basics.
No, and even we do that, right? Like we even need sunlight, right? We get vitamin D from it. You know, we're all mining the sun aggressively, like full send.
I mean,
all day, every day.
But we're taking it in such low amounts.
Of course, right?
Because otherwise,
but like people wanna. I mean, if we ever do get to the point where we mine it, like you know how you see in space movies where they mine it, like what's
like
that?
They have like a giant machine plugged like a ring around the sun.
like you know I can't remember which Avengers movie it is when Thor makes his hammer.
Oh, that's Endgame.
No,
that's Infinity War.
It's Infinity War. When he goes to like that planet of the dwarves where they use it. They use
a star.
They use a star like
to power their
furnace.
Yeah.
So like in that aspect, that's like
their forge.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a true mining operation.
That's true mining right there.
Right.
Imagine powering like a whole forge just by a little star.
Right.
Like that's a lot of power to harness there.
Yeah.
Right. A lot. Like if we just had one star to power the whole world, we wouldn't have to worry about power for trillions.
Well, billions.
Okay, billions?
Because it's an estimated billion.
Okay, fine. Billions.
And this is the other thing too. I wonder if like people who are trying to push the Mars thing are thinking about that, right? Because like if the planet, does one day, I mean, if the sun does one day implode on itself, and humanity needs to pull through,
Yeah.
Because we're always the underdog in the universe for some reason. And every movie and every TV show,
even with the aliens who are highly advanced,
we're never the guy on top of the chain.
Yeah.
We're the underdog. So I wonder if they think like that.
I mean, like people think of Mars as a quick escape,
because this planet, we are harvesting this planet a little aggressively.
Everyone's thinking of Mars as an escape planet.
Yeah.
And the reason why they're thinking of that is because the sun is expanding.
Yeah.
And like it's moving. So people are like, oh no, the Earth's gonna be like, swallowed, right?
Yeah.
That's the concern. So we're like, we gotta move further away from the sun. When the closest planet to do that
is Mars.
So obviously, let's go to Mars. But what happens when the Earth is engulfed and now Mars is next?
Like that's
where are we gonna go, right?
Yeah.
So do we just go to the next planet? Do we figure that out? Right? And that's why we still do.
Have you seen that 1,000-year projection?
Yes, I have.
For like colonizing Mars and turning Mars into like another Earth.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it would take 1,000 years in order to create a sustainable atmosphere, which is nuts.
And it starts with domes.
Right. Which is crazy to me. Like that's intense. And like 1,000 years, like I won't get to see it. The people who end up starting that mission won't get to see it.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Not unless we figure out a way to speed things up.
I'm sure that watch some 14-year-old figure this out.
He'll just be he'll just walk up to like a math board.
No, on like a napkin in a diner. He's like with his family hanging out.
It's like, have you seen that meme of like this homeless guy writing on a window, and he's like writing like a bunch of math on the wall, and like the math looks like he's trying to make a time machine.
Oh wow. And
everyone's just like, this man screwed up so bad. He's trying to figure out how to go back and fix it. Oh man. But like it's like legit math that he's like writing on a window. We're just like, this guy, like, what did you do?
Right. Like that's really what it is. And you know what? They say that
nothing.
They say that a lot of people that when you go to when it comes to being that level of how would you say this, like that level of
intelligence,
and no, not intelligence, of having to like solve something, and people become desperate. Like humanity is capable of anything. Like quite literally anything. And it's, some things are scary, but some things, like, they have saved us like beyond repair. And
it's desperate people have saved us so many times.
Oh, of course.
Because like honestly, there are moments where you're like where humanity was like, oh my gosh, there's no chance. There's no chance at all. Like for example, like the Spanish flu, when that first came around.
Right.
Everyone was just like, oh my gosh,
this is the end time.
This is the end. This is the end.
Also because we had just gone out of like a world war.
Yeah. Everyone was just like, okay, this is it. This is it. This is definitely the end.
This is how we go.
And someone pulled through and was just like, here you go, guys. Here's the vaccine. Get everyone vaxxed.
Right.
And then eradicate that thing, right?
Right.
And that was the approach. And that's the approach we're taking now with, the Decepticons.
The Decepticons.
Yeah.
There's this post that someone posted the other day, like, all the vaccines you had to take before you could complain, and it's and 8 different vaccines before you're even one.
No, like honestly, the amount of times like all of these vaccines taken, okay, no hassle, no one complained. You took them because you had to.
You were like, you weren't even a year old.
You weren't even a year old by the time you've taken it.
Yeah,
and now that you're aware of this thing that's trying to kill you, now you honestly, humans are such little bad. No, like I can't say that, but like humans sometimes are just so stupid. No offense to like humans, but like, we all suck because we have solutions to certain issues, and we just choose not to take advantage of them.
I don't like,
and like some like not to say that all solutions are good either.
Right.
Right. Because like to solve the world hunger, like just kill everybody who's hungry.
Did you hear how the UN answered Elon Musk?
Yeah.
And I mean, they were pretty like, I felt like it wasn't as thorough as it could have been.
Yeah.
I felt it was a little generalized.
Yeah.
For my liking. Anyway.
Okay.
But I think it would be cool if they did it. Like if Elon did it and they were like, yeah, let's do this, you know?
Well, for those who don't know, Elon proposed that he wanted to solve world hunger, and he told the UN that he would do that he would invest money into eradicating world hunger.
Yeah.
And that he wanted budgets.
Yeah, he wanted like a full budget, and they had to be completely transparent about how the money would be spent and allocated.
Yeah.
In order to do so, and he would donate billions into it.
Yeah.
And he even said he'd sell his Tesla stock to accomplish it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because like Tesla stock is worth a lot now.
Yeah.
And he's like the main guy, you know.
Yeah.
He's the guy running the show. But I think it is what it is, right? But he you know what? Someone like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, heck, even the guy, like those guys could have done this already.
Like honestly, if just the top 5 richest people in the world banded together. Think of this. If the 5 richest people banded together.
Right.
What resources don't they have to create their own form of UN, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or create their own form of organization to eradicate some things.
Right.
Right.
Well, you know what's interesting? I was reading an article where like apparently these guys aren't even in like they're in the top 5% of the richest people on earth. Like the guys we know of.
Yeah.
They're in the top 5%.
Yeah.
There's that outlier, and then of that 5%.
Imagine you're like the top 6.
Like no, and then after that,
just barely.
Like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, like all these guys, they're in the top 5%. But who is this 1%? Who's this guy hiding in the shadow? Like who's this guy who's out here making real moves? You know what I'm saying? Like there's
He's the guy running the world.
There's some guy somewhere who is so rich.
No, I don't think that it's that. I don't think that it's that way.
No, I don't think there's a guy running the world, but
No. Like the way you're giving the example.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that way, because like the percentages you're viewing the percentages as rankings.
No. Because like okay, so like say there's okay, so we have 5%, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the top 1% of that 5%, do you get what I mean?
We know who that is, though.
Who is that?
The richest man in the world.
Right, but apparently that's not the richest man in the world, because the top 1% isn't listed because
the top 1% can't be listed because it's constant change.
Exactly.
But that's
what I'm trying to get at, right? Like you can never truly know who that 1% is.
No, you can.
But it's alternating.
It's alternating, but if he still maintains rank 1, that means he maintains.
And some of the guys.
That means he pertains.
And technically some of like the like cartel mafia people, they qualify for the top 5%, but we don't list those guys.
Yeah, there's probably people like hella rich,
right? Like,
but even then, we don't know how rich they are, right?
Right. Anyway,
because like the whole underground syndicate.
Okay, well, we're not getting into this. This is starting a whole other conversation.
You know what? And how long have we been going?
Well, we've been going too long.
All right, guys. We're gonna wrap this up.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays. We'll
once
see
again,
you guys.
Sorry there was no Christmas theme for this episode.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys next week.
I'm gonna go watch Die Hard now.
Yeah, I gotta go watch Die Hard. No. So we're gonna see you guys next week. Well, you're gonna hear us next week, and
that'll be the last episode of the year.
Yeah, that'll be the last episode of the year. I don't know what we're gonna do at all.
We have nothing planned.
We have nothing planned at all. But we'll figure it out just for you guys.
It'll be great.
It'll be great. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Make sure to check out last week's episode if you haven't already. Make sure to like, share, subscribe wherever you can. Make sure to leave a like or a comment wherever you can, whether it be up, down, left, or right. Make sure to share with your grandma, share with your rooster, share with your donkey, share with your alpacas. I don't care who you share with. Just share with everybody and anything. And we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.